Trust, the game of confidence. Over the next few moments, I want to show you how you can have confidence in who you are and where you are going. So, are you ready to take your life from where it is to a better place? Because ultimately, if that is something that you want, you need the magic of confidence. So we're going to look at life being a game. We're going to look at the two different types of confidence. We're going to look at the three areas that most people want to make advances in. We're going to look at the narrative, what you're saying to yourself and how that is affecting your progress. Then we're going to look at RE. What's that? You'll soon rewind. You're going to see. And we're going to look at, well, how do you create the life? How do you go from where you are to where you want to be? Do you want to have a duck or do you want to be a genius? It's time to innovate, create a new story, and then let's help you take some takeaways away so that you can get some positive results in your life. So, what is confidence? Well, it means intense trust. It comes from the Latin word confidere, which means intense trust. There are two types of confidence. There is the confidence in your ability to do what you say you're going to do. Now, how many times in your life have you said you're going to do something and you didn't do it? If you've done it a few times, don't worry, you're not alone. But the challenge is history will repeat itself unless you do things differently. So that's the first type of confidence. The second type of confidence is your ability to believe that you can create a better future. Let's be honest, where do you think you're going to be next year? Now, I don't know how clearly you've already thought this out, but chances are you'll be in a very similar place to where you are right now. History definitely repeats itself unless we decide to change. But you know why we don't want to change? In many cases, it's because a part of us thinks where we are is where we are supposed to be. There is a story, a narrative that we're telling ourselves that is keeping us where we are. That's how we kind of survive. Now, if you had the confidence to advance in your life, what would be the areas that you'd want to make most progress in? What about your health? Most people would say, yeah, of course, I want better health. What about your relationships? Do you want better relationships with the people that you love, to feel more confident in those situations? What about being more confident in work situations or even wealth situation and wealth creation? Confidence, as I've said, it requires your ability to do what you say you're going to do day to day, but it also requires a confidence in knowing what it is that you're going to do. So what is the RE? Well, you might know that of recently, things have changed. Our world has changed. And I think we find ourselves in a time where we can rethink, reevaluate, reposition, reshape, rebuild, redesign who we are and where we are going. But it does involve doing things different. And it involves creating a new narrative, a new story. So we talk about this a lot on the different YouTube videos that we've put out there. But I can never get, I'll never get bored of talking about this because there is a duck in your head. What? Yes, yes, yes. You have a voice in your head. You know, that one. You know, the one that was just talking to you just then. We all talk to ourselves. There is a part of us that tells us we're not comfortable. There's a part of us that every time we get a little bit uncomfortable, there's a part of us that says, look, just stay where you are. Don't go anywhere because this is what you know. This is what you're comfortable with. If you just start to step outside of your comfort zone, that is where most people feel uncomfortable. That's where most people feel unconfident and tend to revert back to what they know. Why do we do that? It's called survival. There's a part of us that isn't interested in us going forwards. There's a part of us that doesn't want us to do that. It just wants us to survive. But do you just want to survive? Or do you want to thrive? Because thriving requires a change. Thriving requires a relationship with the genius within you. It actually requires you to innovate. Innovate from the inside out. Look, having worked with people for so long, the one most common pattern that people have is this communication process inside their mind that is keeping them where they are. But there's another voice, and the successful people among us, they listen to it. With all of the world champions I've worked with in sport, the whole goal has been to turn down the volume of the dark, or whatever you choose to call it, and turn up the volume of the genius within you. And again, we've talked about this on other videos that we've put out. The genius in you is the part of you that's saying, come on, let's grow, let's evolve, let's make things happen, let's make strides, let's come up with ideas and bring our ideas to life. Because I promise you, what got you here is not going to get you there. What got you here is not going to get you there. What's going to get you there is building a relationship with the person that you want to become. So could you turn down this voice in your head? Of course you could. Could you turn up the voice of the genius? Of course you could. But I suppose ultimately the challenge is why? Why would you do anything? Why not just stay where you are? Well, you can. You can do nothing. You don't have to do anything. But if you do change and you go past the points that you've been before, that is where the magic is. That is where our greatness lies. And I really encourage you to think about who is the person that you could become. If you had the confidence to do what you say you were going to do more of the time, how would your life transform? I really hope that you take a few moments to really think about this. Take a look at some of the other videos that we've made around this whole subject of confidence. A great life, it doesn't just happen like that. It happens by design. And you and I have the opportunity to do that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.